Hi, this is Chris with CodeChris.com, and let's go through this real fast. So one of the things I wanted to touch on today was debugging and the debugging process as a whole. So if you're learning code for the first time in the beginning, or even if you're a veteran, eventually what's going to end up happening is you're going to come across code that just isn't working. I'm currently learning Android, and just things aren't working the way they're supposed to. Eventually you're going to hit like a solid wall where just no progress is being made whatsoever.
It was driving me nuts because I'm looking at the error and I'm like, well, what do you mean?
And that's probably the best time, because when you are debugging those things, you really don't understand why it's broken, why it's not working. That's really when you're going to up your education game. That's really when your growth really starts happening.
So I didn't get any help with it. Never got any response from the creator. But in this case, it's a good thing because it's just good practice.
Because in order to fix the problem, whether it be syntax related or logic related or just related to just going to the source documentation, it's during the process when you have no idea what the heck is going on and you have to figure it out, put pieces and clues together. You're putting in little logs so a text comes out so you know at what point it's running to and what part it stops, and returning a value so you can understand, okay, what is it seeing, that kind of stuff. So the debugging process for me has probably been one of the best things about learning on your own.
Why?
So at work I have people that can go ahead and just, oh yeah, well, this is why it's doing this, right? But rather it's when I'm working on my own projects on my own, even on a tutorial, I start, I think, learning the most. If somebody gives me the answer right away, then I don't really think that hard about it. I don't really necessarily have to process it. Versus if I have to debug that thing, right, if I have to understand it much more, I'm not only learning about that one process, but its predecessors. And I kind of get a better sense for how the whole bigger picture comes together.
Here I am working on something, and I think that the reason why I'm stuck is related to the realm IO, but actually has nothing to do with that. In fact, it was a way easier, way simple problem, and it was just a problem where I forgot an additional couple letters.
And that's, I think, why everybody's like, oh, you need so many years experience before you can work for whoever. The reason probably is because you've grown accustomed to some of the early bugs you're going to come across, or you've just come across enough of them that you've like, oh, I've seen this before, I've addressed this before, I know how to handle it. If you're new, don't worry, you're definitely going to have plenty of bugs. The important thing is that you understand that you can go to the source material and read and find out what's going on. But also, sometimes it's not even related to that new framework or that whatever. It could just be something as simple as a typo.
Button-add. Once I changed the name of what the view is actually looking for, that's when it started working.
And those happen all the time. So definitely backtrack from the very end of your result. What's this seeing? Where is it coming from? Okay, what is that processing? And go step by step, line by line, and read it out loud. For me, I found out that reading it online, although you sound kind of dumb, but verbally say it out loud and like, okay, this calls this, which returns this, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, well, these don't have the same name. Right? Something as simple as that. I had a whole week where I was stuck on something, and it turned out it had nothing to do with having outdated material on Udemy, which, by the way, I've been working on outdated material on Udemy, which has made this a very educational process because I've had to learn how things are supposed to be going now. That's just what I want to touch on really quick, because everybody works with bugs. Everybody has to do the debugging, whether you're new, you're old, veteran, whatever the case is. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you have any questions, go ahead and drop it in. I'll get back to it pretty quick. At the moment, I only have like 4 people that actually watch this, so I definitely have free time. Have a nice day.